Students, now we will do exercise 8b, question number 9. If A equals x minus 5 plus z, B equals 2x minus 3y plus 4z, and C equals 4x minus 5y minus 6z, find the first part of the question is A plus B plus C. Let's solve it. You can see that in the parentheses I have written putting values. The first step is I am putting the values of A, B, C in horizontal form. The value of A is x minus y plus c, value of B is 2x minus 3y plus 4z, and the value of C is 4x minus 5y minus 6z. One thing more you have noticed here that you can see this 2x. It You can see there is no sign with 2x. When there is no sign, it means that it has a positive sign. And when we will write in horizontal form, we will write positive 2x. This thing you have to note. And then this 4x, it has no sign, it means that it has positive sign. And when we will write in horizontal form, we will write positive 4x. Look, this positive 4x. In the first step, you have to keep these two points in your mind, that putting values and um, putting a positive sign while you will write the three algebraic expressions in horizontal form. Now the next step is like terms. In the parentheses, I have written like terms. Like term means in the next step I will collect the like terms. Like terms are those terms which have the same variable. X, y, and z are called the variables. Now x, positive 2x, and positive 4x. These three are like terms. Now negative y, negative 3x, negative 3y, negative 3y, and negative 5y. These three are like terms. We should be very careful with the signs. You can see this y. The sign with y is negative. So we will write negative y. Similarly, negative 3y and negative 5y. Now I will collect the like terms of variable z. Now this is z. Z is not only z, but it is a positive z. So we will write positive z, positive 4z, and negative 6z. Positive 4z and negative 6z. These three are the like terms. Now 7x. How? 7x. X plus 2x plus 4x. How is equals to 7x? I will prove it now. X. Look at this. 2x. 2 is called coefficient and x is variable. 4 is coefficient, x is variable. You can see this x, there is no variable coefficient with this x. It means that its coefficient is 1. When there is no coefficient with any variable, it means it has one coefficient. Now 1x, you can see there is no sign with 1x. It is naturally positive sign. Okay, now positive 1x means that positive x 1 times. Now positive 2x means that positive x 2 times, and positive 4x means that positive sign 4 times. Now they are total 7x. We will write 7x or positive 7x. Both are right. 7x or positive 7x. Both are right. Okay, negative 9y. How I got negative 9y? I will prove it now. Okay, negative y means negative 1y, negative 3y, and negative 5y. Negative 1y means negative y 1 times. Negative 3y means negative y 3 times. Negative 5y means that negative 5 times. Total, if you will add all these, they are total negative 9 y's. Look, these are negative signs and these are 9 negative signs. Negative 9y. Now negative c. How I got this negative z? I will prove it. Now positive z means positive 1z. Okay. Now positive 1z means that positive z one time. Now positive 4z means that positive sign positive z 4 times, and negative 6z means that negative sign 6 times. 6 times. Okay. Now we will cancel one positive sign with one negative sign. Second positive with second negative. Third positive with third negative. Fourth positive with fourth negative. Fifth positive with fifth negative, and you can see only one negative sign is left. So negative z or negative 1z. Okay. Now the b part, second part. It is a minus b plus c. The first step, as in the first part, putting values. First we will put the value of a, x minus y plus c, value of b, 2x minus 3y plus 4z, and value of c, 4x plus negative minus 5y minus 6z. I am putting the values here in this first step, but you can see that I have placed these parentheses also before this negative sign. And as I told you many times that it's a rule that whenever there is negative sign, this negative sign, whenever you find a negative sign, before writing the next algebraic expression, you have to place that algebraic expression in the parentheses. This is a rule and you should keep this rule in your mind. When you are doing a question of subtraction, this is something very important. This is the first rule. You should keep it in your mind. And what's the rule? I'm repeating that. Look, this is negative sign, and before writing the value of b, you have to put the value of b, you have to put this algebraic expression inside the parenthesis. Okay, now you can see this is positive sign. There is no need to put this algebraic expression in the parenthesis. You don't need to put 4x minus 5y minus 6x 6z in the parenthesis, because before this algebraic expression there is a positive sign, but we are putting 2x minus 3y plus 4z inside the parenthesis because before this there is a negative sign. This is very important. You should keep it in the mind. Okay, the next step is changing signs of all the terms in the parentheses. Now we have to change all the signs which are in the parentheses. We have to change all the signs. Okay, now 2x. 2x, you can see there is no sign with 2x. It means that it has a positive sign. In the next step, this positive 2x will become a negative 2x. Negative 3y will become positive 3y. And positive 4x will become negative 4. Positive 4z will become negative 4z. And after changing the signs, we will remove. Now there is no need to put parenthesis after changing the sign. Now some of my students will ask why we change the signs. The answer of this question is actually this negative this negative sign is multiplying with this positive 2x. When negative sign multiply, parenthesis means multiplication. You know this, that parenthesis means multiplication. When negative sign is multiplied by a positive sign, it gives a negative sign. Again, this negative sign is being multiplied by this negative sign, negative 3y. Negative multiplied by negative will give us a positive sign, positive 3y. Again, this negative sign will be multiplied by this positive sign. Negative multiplied by positive will give us a negative sign. Okay, that's why we change the sign. Actually, this negative sign is multiplied by all the signs which are present inside the parenthesis. Now I will move towards the next step. I think this is much, I have given you um, a very good amount of explanation for this step. Now I will move towards the next step. In the next step, like the previous question, like terms. Like terms. After uh, this step, I will collect the like terms. Okay, what are the like terms? The terms with the same variables are called like terms. And what are the variables? X, Y, Z are called the variables. Now x, negative 2x and positive 4x. These are the like terms. Now negative y, positive 3y and negative 5y. These y terms are the like terms. Now positive z, this positive z, negative 4z and negative 6z. These z terms are the like terms. It was a very easy and my favorite step in which we collect the like terms. But be careful when you are doing this step. Don't make mistakes of signs. uh, don't be very careful while doing with your signs. Be very careful with your sign. There should not be copied wrong mistake. Now 3x. 3x, I will prove how 3x. Okay, x means that positive 1x, negative 2x and positive 4x. Okay, now positive 1x means that positive sign 1 times is positive 1x. Negative 2x means that negative sign 2 times. And again positive 4x means that positive sign 4 times. Now I will cancel one positive sign with one negative sign, this negative sign with this positive sign, and three positive signs are left. So positive 3x. If I write 3x, that is same as positive 3x. 3x means that it is positive 3x. Now negative 3y. I will prove this negative 3y, that how this negative 3y, negative y means negative 1y here, negative 1y, positive 3y means that positive sign 3 times, and negative 5y means that negative y 5 times. Now my favorite part, cancelling. Cancelling of one positive sign with one negative sign. Three negative signs are left over. So 3 negative 3y. This is how it gives us negative 3y. Okay, now positive z means positive 1z. Here I am solving it, positive 1z, and negative 4z means that negative sign 4 times, and negative 6z means negative sign 6 times. 1 2 3, okay, 6 times. Now my favorite part, cancelling of a positive with a negative. And how many negative signs are left over? Negative 9. This is how these three like terms gives us negative 9z. Let's solve the third part of the question, which is a plus b minus c. You can see this is negative sign. We should be very careful. What we have to do is, okay, first step is putting values. Putting values mean value of A is x minus y plus c. Value of B, this plus sign. You can see this plus sign because this is this plus sign. Okay, and now this is 2x minus 3y plus 4z is the value of B. Now this negative sign is this negative sign. Now value of C. As I told you before, when there is negative sign, you have to place the next algebraic expression inside the parenthesis. Always. Okay, parenthesis. You have to place this algebraic expression. You have to place the value of C in the parenthesis because before it there is a negative sign. As I told you, we should keep some rules in our mind when we are solving a subtraction question. This is negative sign, a subtraction question. Now, after putting values and after putting this C algebraic expression in the parentheses, what we have to do is changing signs of all the terms in the parentheses. We have to change all the signs which are in the parentheses. Okay, 4x has a positive sign. In the next step, it will becomes this positive 4x will becomes a negative 4x. Negative 5y will becomes a positive 5y. Negative 6z will becomes a positive 6z. Some of my students will ask how. I will explain, I will prove it by telling them that this parenthesis means multiplication. This negative sign is multiplying with this positive 4x. Negative into positive gives us a negative sign. Okay, now again this negative sign is multiplied by this positive negative sign. Negative into negative will gives us a positive sign, positive 5y. Again this negative sign is multiplying by negative sign. Negative multiplied by negative gives us a positive sign, positive 6c. We are changing the signs of all the terms in parentheses. Only the signs of parentheses will be changed. The other signs will not change. Look, we will just copy down x in the next step, negative y in the next step, positive z, positive 2x, negative 3y, positive 4z. Just we are changing positive 4x into negative 4x, positive 4y into 5y into negative 5y, negative 6z into positive 6z. We are only changing the signs of those terms which are in the parentheses because these terms have a negative sign outside the parentheses. Okay, now the next step is my favorite step, that is like term. I will collect the like terms. X plus this 2x plus negative 4x. These three are the like terms. Now negative y, negative 3y, positive 5y. These are the like terms. Positive z, positive 4z, and positive 6z are the like terms. Now, uh, these three like terms gives us negative x. Now I will prove you that how these three like terms will give us a negative x. Now this is the basic knowledge, and you know that x means positive 1x. Okay, x means that positive 1x. Positive 1x means that positive x 1 times. Positive 2x means that positive x 2 times. Negative 4x means negative sign 4 times. Cancel one positive sign with one negative sign and you can see only one negative sign is left over. So negative x, or we can write negative 1x. Negative sign is left over. That's why we will mention here negative x. We are solving the term x. Okay, negative 1x. Now negative y means that negative 1y. Now negative 1y means that negative sign 1 times. Negative 3y means that 3 negative sign 3 times, and negative and positive 5y means positive sign 5 times. Yes. Now cancel one negative with one negative, second negative with second positive, third negative with third positive, fourth negative with fourth positive, and only one positive sign is left over. Look, this is positive y, or we can say positive 1y. Now positive 11z. Okay, I will prove that how positive z, positive 4z, and positive 6z gives us positive 11z. Positive z means positive 1z, positive sign 1 time for positive 1z. Positive 4z means that positive sign or positive z 4 times. Positive 6z means that positive sign 6 times 4, 5, 6. Total, add all these positive signs and it will give you 11. These are 11 positive signs. So 11 positive signs, and z means we were doing this three like terms z in whose variable is z. So positive 11z. I hope you have understand it. It was also a very easy question.